All right, Coach, if you want to start a little bit.
All right, I'm going to start out, and you know, last night we awarded scholarships to three walk-ons. It was really a great night, and we did our traditional rookie night, and we awarded a scholarship to Trent Fisher, which very proud of him. Jake Lemke, who's been here going on 4 years, is one of our candidates for our long snapping job, and Corey Grant. So all three of those guys have done a great job here, and that's really good news. So I wanted to say that because that's a great accomplishment. It's a great achievement for those guys. The scrimmage, I thought we got a lot accomplished tonight, and I think that again, slowly but surely, we're cutting down on some errors. Still had too many tonight, but you know, we're getting in the ballpark of trying to get this thing tightened up a little bit in terms of focus, and had a lot of players play today. And a lot of young guys played today too. So I think it was a valuable scrimmage. We did all our special teams work in the morning. So today was mainly scrimmage situation in the open field, and then different situations, you know, pretty much, you know, all over the field. But again, we had 2 practices today. This is a very physical scrimmage, and I thought it went well.
Questions?
Just kind of talk about the play of the quarterbacks. What did you say to those guys tonight?
You know, we had our moments. There were some good things that we did, and you know, again, I think it's too sporadic. In some cases, we're really on target, and we're commanding the huddle, and we're operating the offense and managing the huddle and managing the offense, and then other times we're not as sharp. Again, I think that, you know, plays back to the inconsistency that we're trying to address as a team. But again, we'll know more when we watch the tape tonight. But you know, overall, I think inconsistency is still something that we're going to continue to have to address.
Did you hold good many guys out? Injury-wise?
You know, we had a few out, Philip, and you know, I think this time of the year it's about normal. But I'll tell you, we got a lot of guys battling through, you know, just being beat up and tired, and that's good to see. We need it, and that's, you know, that's got to be our edge, is being physical enough to push through when we're tired and we're beat up, which we are right now. But that is by design. We've got to, you know, again, we've got to develop that edge mentally, and so a couple guys didn't go tonight, but you know, again, we expect speedy recoveries.
You're starting to get a feel for what young guys might be able to help you now, you know, several scrimmages in.
We're getting a better idea. You know, again, a lot of their roles are going to start out on special teams, but I think we're getting closer to really looking at the guys that we feel like we can zero in on coming down to these last 2 weeks, which is going to be here soon. And you know, some of those guys are showing up on tape, so that's a good thing to see.
You done a lot of mixing and matching on the offensive line. Coach Grimes was saying the other day he'd like to. Pretty close to a starting 5 in 5 or 6 days. Feel like you're getting close. Right.
I feel like we are. I feel like, you know, we've had to really do a lot of, you know, whether it's centers and guards or, you know, different combinations at the tackles, and, you know, we got to cross train. I mean, that's what we have to do, and so those guys are, you know, they're a work in progress, because still, you know, you're looking at a lot of guys that haven't played before, and so. But I'm proud of them because they're pushing through, and they're you know, again, they're beat up. But they're fighting for jobs, and so that's good to see. But cross training is where we've been. Obviously, we know we got to settle in on our top 5, and we got to settle in on our top 8, and you know, that's a priority here moving forward in the next, you know, 3 to 4 days.
Are you going to have any more scrimmages, or is this it?
We're going to evaluate where we are health-wise, and we're getting close to where we had imagined we would be in terms of live reps. And we still have some evaluations to do. So again, we could do some more scrimmaging. Again, just may end up being young guys we still need to evaluate. But we'll go back and look at it. We'll look at the whole big picture and just see what we need.
How about quarterback? Have you decided yet taking over there yet?
No, we have not. Again, this will be a great evaluation tool for us, you know, moving forward.
You talked about the offensive line being a priority the next 3 or 4 days. Is that kind of similar to quarterbacks? You get close where you got to make a call.
Well, I think so. I think that, you know, that's something that's got to happen. Again, as we evaluate this moving forward, we know that, you know, we're going to blink, it's going to be 2 weeks on Saturday, you know, before we play. So it's definitely, there's urgency there, not just at quarterback and offensive line, but at a lot of positions. So, you know, we understand the urgency and the issue.
Time for a few more?
Any, I guess, decisions made on which coaches are going to be on the field, which guys are going to be in the box yet?
Not anything solid. We worked through some scenarios today, and I think we're getting closer to that. But again, we'll go back and review that and look at all the logistics of how it unfolded tonight, and see if, you know, those need to be tweaked a little bit. And we'll go back and review that, and shortly we'll know what we're, you know, what the best scenario is for us.
Does that include coordinators too, whether they'll
Yes.
be over?
Yes.
With the quarterbacks, of course, everybody's working under the same offense. Is there any different specialties that these guys bring to the table that kind of help them, you know, come game day, that they'll be a very important aspect?
Well, I mean, they all got to do the same thing. I mean, you know, again, I think all the quarterbacks are different, and you know, the offense is going to require them all to do and learn and execute the same, you know, the same things every day. But you know, some guys have you know, a little more experience, some guys don't. You know, Jonathan Wallace is in there trying to learn an offense, and you know, he can do some other things. You know, some athletic things at quarterback. So they all bring a little bit different something to the table.
All right, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Got it? All right.